Wrestling finishers are a staple part of a wrestler's moveset. Now, we all know the iconic ones, but some of these guys were not as blessed. So here are the top 10 worst finishers in wrestling history. Now, I personally like some of these. They are silly and funny, but we have to agree they are bad. At number 10, we have none other than the Playmaker by MVP. This move is awkward as shit. It takes way too long to set up, and it just does not look devastating at all. MVP's entrance was one of the best in all of WWE, but that finisher is hot garbage. If you take MVP out of the equation, the opponent just kind of does a backflop. Even a normal person knows that this wouldn't hurt anyone. But even though it's one of the most hated finishers by fans, they still kept it around. No clue why. At number 9, we have The Big Show with his ferocious punch, the WMD, or the KO punch. This was kind of silly. I mean, the chokeslam was fine. I don't know why they changed it. I understand the size of this man's fist, and if he actually did punch you in real life, that you would probably get your head knocked off. But in the wrestling world, that doesn't really fit. I mean, we have people getting on top of the top rope and punching somebody in the head 10 times. There is no way that Big Show's one punch would hurt more than somebody else's 10 punches. At number 8, we have the Ultimate Warrior with his ultimate splash. I mean, you tell me which splash should be the finisher. You know exactly which one of these would hurt more if you're looking at it. There is no way people can believe that the Ultimate Warrior splash hurts. I get his character was larger than life, and he did put away many other talents with this finisher. But running and jumping about 2 feet into the air to land on your opponent? I don't know. That's some crazy work if you ask me. At number 7, we actually have a crazy one. Ox Baker. Ox Baker had the heart punch. And this one gets pretty crazy because this guy in kayfabe ended 2 people. Now, obviously these other wrestlers passed away not due to Ox Baker, but they actually put that in the storyline to sell this man's heart punch. It's kind of insane actually. Think about it. It was just one quick punch of the heart and then the match would be over. He actually started a riot back in Ohio in 1974 because he wouldn't stop punching his opponent. Fans were throwing chairs at him in the ring and he had to run away into the back. Talk about some crazy times. At number 6, we have Scotty 2 Hotties, the Worm. Like I said, this move is amazing. But in reality, it does not fit. There is no way your opponent would just lay down on the mat for 30 seconds getting ready for you to do the worm and smack him in the chest. If you go back to Day of Reckoning 2, the video game, go ahead and try to do this move, because reality sets in real quick. The other wrestlers intervene before you can even get it off. Yes, though, the worm is still fun to watch. Number 5, we have the Great Khali with his chop. Now this is just like the Big Show. Khali, he was just a big man with big hands. So why not let him chop people up on the head? In a real fight, I'd rather get hit by a car than Khali's chop to the dome. But in wrestling, they could have been a little more creative with this finisher. I mean, this head squeeze that Khali used was way more believable. And let's be real, we actually thought Rey Mysterio was done for here. He even showed off his strength by squishing a basketball and a watermelon. There was no reason for the chop to ever happen. At number 4, we have Kamala's armpit squeeze. Kamala, as a character, was very spooky. When he arrived, he had a great career, and he fought the likes of Yokozuna, The Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, and he was even able to pick up Andre the Giant. Not a lot of wrestlers did this at this point. I have no clue why they would make him squeeze someone's armpit. Sure, if we look at the human anatomy of the armpit, it has a lot of nerve endings, and a squeeze would probably hurt like shit. But come on, you can't tell me you would just lay down while he squeezes the life out of you. You would fight back, poke him in the eye or something. At number 3, we have Santino Marella's Cobra. This finisher was a crowd favorite, and every time Santino came out to do the Cobra, the setup for it, the crowd would go crazy, just waiting for him to put on that Cobra sock and smack his opponent. I mean, they even gave the Cobra a life of its own, and it almost turned on Santino. But that's all it is. Unfortunately, it is just a comedy gimmick. No matter how much we actually love this move, we knew it was shit. There was just no way it would ever be featured in a headline WrestleMania match. At number 2, we have Phantasio. Phantasio with his underwear swipe. Yeah, you heard that right. He debuted as a magician, and his finisher was comedy. He swiped the underwear off his opponent's ass cheeks. Unfortunately, this guy was way too early for his time. In this day and age, he probably would have seen some success. This shit is an atomic wedgie, but unfortunately for him, his career was very short-lived. That match was his only televised match in his career. This man came in, stole Tony DeVito's underwear along with Earl Hebner's, then left. He was a pioneer for bra and panty matches. I say we give Phantasio a nice spot in the WWE Hall of Fame. At number 1, we have Hulk Hogan with his leg drop. The reason this is number 1 on the list is how successful this man was using a finisher that looks like it wouldn't crack an egg. As of right now, this man is one of the most hated wrestlers in sports entertainment, and there is no coming back for the Hulkster. But he did at one point carry the whole company on his back. And the leg drop he did, although it is iconic, it looked like pure shit.